Hey guys, Rookie Lock here, back once again. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope everyone had a great Easter this weekend. Um, Today I took out a couple locks, two Lockwoods here, and they are both from my last package from Mr. Paul Springett over in Australia. Once again, Paul, I know I thanked you a million times, but once again, I really appreciate everything you sent me. And like I said, they couldn't have came at a better time. I was really out of locks to pick and kind of at a standstill in the hobby here. So I really appreciate the help, and I really like what you sent me. So thanks again, man. Um, but yeah, I took these two out, and like I said, they're both Lockwoods. And originally they were both pinned up with the Lockwood taper drivers, but I have since pinned up the 570 oval here with the Lockwood spools that I actually found in one of these rim cylinders. Picked them all, and the only one that had the spools, I think, might have been the Whitco here, or I kind of forget what it was, but I don't think it was a Lockwood. But anyway, they are Lockwood spools, so I'm going to pick into this and see what they look like. I have never picked a Lockwood, or I have never picked a lock with Lockwood spools in it, so should be something new. And if we can get in, we'll check them out. And I have some ASA drivers here that I want to compare them to for you guys. Alright, that should be good. And 50,000s, top the keyway, and my Old Faithful here. Everything seems loose, with 6 is binding. And we got a false set. Back to 1. Might be ready to be picked. Okay, we got a click off it, lost the false set, and 6 brought it back. Counter rotation off 2. Same thing, lost the false set. 6 brought it back. I think we're on 4 now. Pretty decent counter rotation. But again, we lost false set, and let's see. 6 brings it back. And it doesn't. And my vise is a bit loose. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, I lost a bit of tension there, and let's see. Counter rotation off 5. But didn't quite get it. Okay, that time we got it. And on the way out, we're back on 1. But I'm either not... Oh, there we go. I was about to say I'm either not setting it, or 6 drops down every time. But we got it, and I do think, if I remember correctly, 6 might be a beveled driver, so that would explain the dropping of it all the time. But that was a little bit of back and forth there for a while. I don't remember if I showed you guys the bidding. It's right there. So in the next video, I was planning on picking this guy here, but like I mentioned, it has the bevel drivers in it, and I wanted to compare the spools versus the bevel drivers, but I just thinking now that I might put the bevel drivers in here to give a better side-by-side comparison. That way we'll have them in the same lock and same bitting, same, well, not the same binding order, because spools would bind differently than bevel pins, but yeah, it'll give us more of a side-by-side comparison. So let's see here. Yeah, number 5 is very close to shear. Oh, sorry guys. There we go. And these should all be standard. Yep, there we go. Actually, these are some of them are lab pins, but some of them kind of have a bit of a bevel on it. I'm not sure if they're all lab pins or if some are Lockwood pins. I forget when I pin this thing up. And need tweezers here. Refocus. There we go. Pretty nice bright day today, so the camera's working half decently. I still hesitate to use the what's it called? The exposure unlocked, because it goes all crazy. It'll be completely white, and then you move the camera a bit and then the screen will go completely dark. So I kind of have to lock the exposure to a happy medium. Oh, there's our tapered. So yeah, put that there. And nothing in the core. I thought some of these might have counter milling, but I guess not. Actually, I got a new flashlight too, guys. This thing's awesome. It's from a fire department here in a local town. Ooh, that's way too bright. But yeah, there's no counter milling. And let's take a close look at these and compare them to the ASSAs. If we can get a nice macro here. Yeah, not bad. So, very, very shallow lip. Actually, hang on a second. Take one of these, put it here, between these ASSAs. So yeah, like I said, very, very shallow lip, so your counter rotation is gonna end like very quickly, instead of having to, you know what I mean, keep picking through long counter rotation. Very much like the ASSAs, except for, since there's no, you know what I mean, normal diameter, big diameter in the middle, these will almost always be effective, except for maybe a really, really low cut pin. But even then, if there's just a little bit of this in the chamber, it's going to be effective. Where the ASSAs, it's a little more struggle, a little more of a fight to get to a false set. And of course, ASSA locks usually always have counter milling, so you're gonna get multiple sets off these, or multiple clicks off these. Same would happen if these were countermilled, but yeah, they're very similar. If you put these asses into a lock with no countermilling, like I said, you still have to kind of fight for that false set, but afterwards the counter rotation is very similar. And yeah, the depth of the spools, these are maybe a tiny bit deeper, but very similar. Really smart spool design. Oh, really smart spool design on Lockwood's part. I think they actually made another spool. I think these might be the newer ones. I think I remember Noctismoto's talking about that, where they did have like an older style Lockwood spool. I think he had a Lockwood pinning kit that had both the new and old style spools. But anyway, that's kind of rambling on here. That's what's in this awesome 570 Lockwood that I actually pinned up. And like I said, next time I'll probably put the original tapered drivers in here, and we'll have a good side-by-side comparison on pick resistance. Alright guys, thanks for joining me on this one, as always. And I'll see you on the next one. And don't give lock pickers a bad name. Never pick a lock that you don't own or have permission to pick. Alright guys, take care. See you on the next one.